The Three Riddles, a Jewish folktale by Nina Jaff, with illustrations by Bryna Waldman. Once upon a time, there was a king who had 3 servants, a hunter, a gamekeeper, and a miller. The miller had a daughter named Rachel, who was both wise and clever. Yet every day Rachel had to work hard at her father's mill, grinding flour from dawn until dusk. One day the king called his 3 servants before him and said, "I have brought you here to ask you 3 riddles. Whoever gives me the correct answers shall win a bag of gold. But whoever gives me the wrong answers shall be banished from my kingdom forever. Listen carefully. What is the swiftest thing in the world? What is the fattest thing in the world? What is the dearest thing in the world? You have 3 days to find the answers." Now, the hunter and the gamekeeper went off to the woods together to talk the matter over. "I know," said the gamekeeper. "We'll tell him that the swiftest thing in the world is the king's horse and the fattest thing in the world is the king's pig. And the dearest thing in the world," said the hunter, "is the king's mother." And they danced for joy, thinking how clever they were. The miller walked down the road all by himself. He couldn't think of any answers for the king. When he reached home, Rachel was preparing the table for the Sabbath meal. "Father," said Rachel, "you look very sad. What is troubling you?" "You don't know the trouble I'm in," the miller said, and he told her all about the king's riddles. "Oh, father, is that all? That's easy," said Rachel, and she whispered the 3 answers in his ear. Then Rachel lit the candles. The miller blessed the wine and the challah, and together they sat down to enjoy their Sabbath meal and a peaceful day of rest. When the 3 days were up, the 3 servants once again stood before the king. "Your Majesty," said the hunter, "the swiftest thing in the world is your horse, and the fattest thing in the world is your pig, and the dearest thing in the world is your mother." "Wrong," proclaimed the king. "Now be off with you and never come back." The hunter and the gamekeeper hurried away, and no one has seen them since. Now, it was the miller's turn. He took a deep breath and began. "Your Highness, the swiftest thing in the world is thought, and the fattest thing in the world is the earth, and the dearest thing in the world is sleep." The king was amazed. "You have won the bag of gold," he said. But then he looked closely at the miller. "I cannot believe you solved these riddles yourself. Confess, who told you?" The miller was very afraid, but he knew he had to tell the king the truth. "Your Highness, it was my daughter, Rachel." "She sounds like a clever girl," said the king. "I would like to meet her. Tell her she must come to my castle, but when she arrives, she should be neither dressed nor undressed, neither riding nor walking, and bringing a gift that is not a gift. She must do this in 3 days, or you, too, will be banished." The miller walked down the road very slowly. When he arrived home, Rachel went to comfort him. "Father, what is the matter?" she asked. He told her all about what the king had commanded, and Rachel said, "Oh, father, that is easy. Just give me some money and let me go to the marketplace." At the marketplace, she bought three things: a fishing net, a goat, and a pair of doves. On the third day, Rachel got ready to go and see the king. First, Rachel took off all her clothes and then wrapped herself in the fishing net. She was neither dressed nor undressed. Then she sat upon the goat but let her feet drag on the ground. So, when she arrived at the castle, she was neither riding nor walking. When she entered the courtyard, she held out the doves in her hands to the king and said, "I have brought you a gift." Then she opened her hands, and the doves flew away. It was a gift that was not a gift. When the king saw how truly wise and clever Rachel was, he took her hand and begged her to help him rule his kingdom. That is how Rachel, the miller's daughter, became chief advisor and riddle solver to the king, and she never had to grind flour again. Thank you. Like and subscribe down below.